All right, you're live.
Hi everybody, it's me, Sarah Blessing. We're doing an emergency show because there's a major problem in southern Indiana right now. We've had a week of torrential rain, storms, high winds. There's been tornadoes in different places around southern Indiana and in Louisville. And now many people are struggling with flooding. So I'm in Palmyra. This is my house. This is our neighbor's yard. And we knew it was coming because we knew we were having so many inches of rain this week. But more rain is coming, so we're a little bit scared how much worse is it going to get. So our neighbor has a bunch of land in their backyard, and I'll take you to it in just a second. And it fills up with water when we get too much rain, but we've had way more rain than normal. So it filled up through their yard, came across the street. So now we can't even drive over to we can't even drive out of our house right now safely. And this is our neighbor's yard. And then that trampoline, that's our yard. And then that's my husband's garden underwater. And then
Our garden.
Our garden, yeah. You do most of the work on that. And then it's gone across the other street. So our neighbors
Well, they can't
and
see
us
that.
are stuck. We're kind of stuck. We're okay right now unless there's an emergency.
It crosses this street and then crosses the other street, so it cuts off an entire corner of the road where the two roads in and out of this area.
Let's go to the cemetery. We live right next to a cemetery, and that is underwater.
First, let's look across the road here.
We just had plumbing problems too, so it has been a flooding issue lately.
We're not having problems.
No. Right now we're not. Okay, so here is our neighbor's backyard. They have a lot of land, and normally this is land, but it does fill up frequently because a lot of the town of Palmyra's water flows into my neighbor's yard. And over there, across the water, you might be able to see a building. That's the library, our Palmyra library. It's closed today because the parking lot is full of water. They put sandbags down to prevent water from getting into the building, so hopefully the building will be okay. But I don't think this is safe to cross. I think it could hurt your car. There's a truck was going to go, and now they're backing up because, again, it's not safe to cross. Okay, let's go on to the other side. We're almost becoming a little island here in Palmyra with the water. Oh, they moved the tractor. There was a tractor underwater. Our neighbors are the main ones that they've been doing a lot of work to try to keep water from damaging their house. It's very high. There's ducks. I like the ducks.
Duck, yeah.
The ducks in the water where
they don't care. This is a good situation for them.
Are they going to fly through it?
Maybe.
I don't think they should.
I got an ATV, so anything can do it.
It's going to go up, I don't know. It's pretty deep right
If I had an ATV, I'd try it.
Okay, so here's the other side of our neighbors. You can see all these trees. They're normally not underwater. Because, again, the town of Palmyra, a big chunk of the water gets dumped into our neighbor's yard. They have a sinkhole back there, which can eventually empty it out, but it's too much rain for it to empty it out. And then this is our cemetery, and you cannot drive into this part of the cemetery. And then you can see all that fence there. That should not have water. A lot of people are coming up and looking at this because this doesn't happen often. And then
something different, right?
It happened. I think it was 5 years ago.
It happens
June.
Occasionally. This is one of the worst rains. We've had about 5 inches of rain. I think last time I checked the rain gauge here in our town. Now there's other areas that got more rain than us, even very close, at 10 minutes from us. But still, 5 inches in the last since Wednesday, and the day's Saturday.
Ooh. So this they've actually fixed from 5 years ago.
Well, it's better.
It's
not
better.
Fixed.
It's not completely fixed. But last time this happened, this house would get flooded.
No. Not last time this happened.
When was it? 10 years ago? 12 years ago? Yes.
No,
Okay.
it's been a long time ago. That house has been through a couple owners since, but it did flood into that house one time.
And they've tried to
They've
fix it.
well,
Look at this.
they did some work on the gutters here, but then they also dug this out. Takes the water better now, but once it breaks through our neighbor's yard and comes down here, it overwhelms it, and then you can see the road is now flooded here too. So both sides of the road. So basically, you can't get to this area without crossing floodwater, because it basically overwhelms our neighbor's yard, and then it starts to cause problems for this,
So it's
our
really
poor neighbor's house.
It's creeping up on them, but you think they're going to be okay, or you don't? Because we're going to get
I don't
several
know.
more inches of rain.
I don't know. They got a long way to
either.
get. They built up the dirt up toward the house a little bit, so that's good. But I mean, they're kind of trapped to get. They can't get out
Yeah, so
without crossing
they're
floodwater.
pretty kind of stuck, and they have health issues too. They're older. And then here's the apartments. They've been flooded before. They've been flooded before, and hopefully they're not going to.
I don't know that the water ever got in there. I didn't know that.
The people that live there, they told me that.
Really?
Yeah. And then the thing that makes me
It's very close.
that's sad too is you can see the geese family, the two geese out there, for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. They've come out to that little island there and had a family, and they've been sitting on eggs. And an hour ago, the eggs went underwater. So we didn't know whether the geese family were going to make it, but they're safe. But they lost their eggs. They've been sitting on for a few weeks. Yeah, and this look over here. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about how can we fix this. I posted this on the 135 community page and the Palmyra Facebook group page or whatever, and a lot of people have given good suggestions. But I also get Palmyra has always had a flooding problem, and that's just the way it is. And I'm like, you all, we do not have to live like this. We can work together to fix this. We're trying to get grants right now. I don't know whether they've been stopped or not, because I think they're federal grants with the town council. I don't know. Hopefully we can still get those grants. If we do, we can maybe, if they decide to work on this problem in the town, we could maybe do some things to fix it. But we need some type of engineer expert to come out and tell us how to fix it.
They need to analyze it.
They need to analyze it.
And then design.
I would really be great. We don't have a lot of money in the town. Our government doesn't have a lot of money. It would really be great if somebody would just come out and offer their services for free. Just come out for a couple hours and talk to our neighbors who know a lot about that. Talk to us and talk to the people that own the cemetery, that own the land over here, and we could all work together to come up with a solution so that this doesn't keep happening, because we know weather emergencies, flooding, in high winds, it's not going to stop. We're going to have it more often. So the reason I'm doing this show is we can work together and fix it. So that's kind of my hope here. I know that the Ohio River is experiencing a lot of flooding right now, and I hope everybody is safe. Tim Peck's basement got flooded, but he's doing okay. It's affecting a lot of people. Have a great day, you guys, and Chris is going to say a few things.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so the town drains all its water into this runoff back here. The town drains all of its water, a lot of its water from this whole side of town up the highway, drains this way toward our neighbor's yard, and then it drains it from this way down into this runoff. And so he's part of it coming in. His yard has become a runoff over the years. It's got a sinkhole that's pretty fast, but it's not fast enough for this. And my understanding is when the cemetery, a long time ago, I've heard this story from a neighbor, that the water used to come across there and go to the runoff, but then they built the road up, I guess, and that cut off the water coming across his yard going to the runoff. And so now it's blocks up there. We get a lot of rain, it builds up, then it overwhelms, and it comes out over in their yard, and it pushes across the road, and it pushes down the road, then goes across this corner of our yard into our other neighbor's yard, cuts off the road. So we just have this corner here. But it's interesting to me that the whole town drains their water this way. Now on the other side of town, you've got some hills going out the other way where there are creeks if you go just a little ways out, We don't have that many creeks out here. I don't know what the solution is. I'm just saying this is what's happening. All this water's coming at us. We can't handle it. So what do we do? How do we get the drainage situation fixed? Because I mean, I hear some people, they say, oh, you're in the town that floods all the time. And I mean, that stinks. Like, I don't want people to think of our town as the town that floods all the time. And then, I mean, it doesn't flood. This is the flood area. We get it. Um, we're fine. Our house is dry and stuff, but I don't know if there's an emergency and both roads are crossed, like anybody over here or, and in this house, I mean, their water's coming up, getting in and out. If they have a problem, I worry about that. And it's not a good image for our town, and I don't like it. I care about the town.
And our town's doing so much better lately. Like, we're having new businesses.
There's a lot of good things
about Palmyra, yeah.
This has been a problem since I've lived
here. I know
here.
the You Pick flower thing across the street. It's underwater. Oh. There's they have, what do you call them, greenhouses?
Our library is got sandbags in front of it. There's a retirement community up here that gets water problems, and they've had to evacuate people in the past. It's like, but we do need someone. I mean, anytime you have a situation, the worst thing to do is just jump in and try to do something without an educated look at it. You could do an analysis and then come up with a proper design. And then we're going to have multiple options, and it might have to be iterative, where you do this thing today because you can afford it, and then later do this thing and this thing and this thing, and work on bits of the problem. Because again, I don't think the town has a ton of money.
No, we don't have a lot of money. Yeah,
it's hard to get grant money as it is, and right now it's really hard to get grant money. So, how do you pay for it? I don't know.
I'm hoping we could get a community effort where the people that own the land, we could all come together and sit at a meeting with like an engineer and the town council, and we could like just plan some things. What would be some easy steps that wouldn't be crazy expensive, and then start working on it. It's not going to be solved immediately, but we know this problem isn't going to go away. So why don't we like collectively work together?
Right. We have to identify, we know the problem. Now we have to talk about what are possible solutions to the problem. What are those costs? And then come up with a plan accordingly to that. So that's where I think from here, and it hasn't, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I don't know. I mean, I think this problem goes way back before anybody, probably even alive. We've had some people that have been around this town forever that have seen floods now, but it's changed over the years. I mean, the way it's doing this now, but I mean, people say the town that floods all the time, and this is the area that floods. The other part of the town, I'm glad it doesn't flood, but I would like for this side of the town to get fixed, not just for my own interest. I mean, obviously, like my garden should be okay. And
is our barn okay? I'm just now noticing our barn is
okay. It's got a little water on that back floor. I don't have anything down there that it's concrete.
That's good.
And so I don't have anything down there. It's not ideal though to have.
I know that Blue River Services called certain people in the community to tell them they needed to evacuate for their own safety. So I'm appreciative that service did that. I hope everybody is okay.
And part of the reason I put blocks around here is because I'd say at least 4 times I've had this water come up since I've lived here, and I've lived here I'd say at least 15, 16 years. So it helps. That definitely, because it slows the water down, doesn't wash, and I have landscaping cloth down over a lot of it. But right there, that's washing my soil out. That's
right.
Not
good. Yeah.
Because I work on that soil. That is compost.
Well, once water flows this one way one time, it flows better the next time, right? It makes a path for it. So now we have a river in our yard when it rains when we didn't used to.
I will say though, the one time we had a flood, I had tomatoes. They were already growing, and they got so big that year. So there might be some pearl.
Maybe it'll help.
This water's gross though. This is runoff water. There's all kinds of stuff you shouldn't be.
Don't swim in runoff water.
I mean, if you get in it, don't touch your mouth and stuff. I mean, because there's probably sewage in here from upstream. There's people that aren't even on this. We have a city sewer, so that's good. I mean, that helps. But there's water coming from people that have septic tanks and things. And you see bottles, all kinds of trash. And that's another thing too. This creates these windstorms and floods. A bunch of trash comes in the neighborhood. After it settles down, I want to take the family around and see if we can't pick up some of this stuff and help, and then debris and things. So,
yeah, and if you live in this
town, we can do that. That's free. That's just
right.
Volunteering.
We could all help each other. Just
your
help
neighbor's
your
got
neighbors.
A tree down, and you got a chainsaw or something. Like offer to help cut it up. That these are things that we can do personally. That I'm willing to do.
And ask if you need help. Ask your neighbors. for help because maybe they don't know you need assistance. I think, you know, community working together during weather emergencies is a good way to protect each other because this is a rough time right now. Yeah. This is our son's 15th birthday, and we we changed the party to next Saturday. We knew this was coming, but I honestly didn't know it was going to be this bad. Yeah, so just take care of each other, everyone, and I hope you're safe. And is there anything else? I'm going to close it off here.
No, I mean, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I mean, and just, yeah, I mean, just remember we're a community, and no matter where you stand on anything, you know, we're neighbors, and we should treat each other like friends and take care of each other. We're fine. We don't need anything. We're good.
Here. So at Project Next, our whole goal is to unite our communities and work together to make our lives better. And it's also to make your lives better. So the reason we did a Project Next show about our own backyard is this is a good example of if we work together as a community, we can do good things. I am proud of a lot of the people that work for the town. They're my friends now, and they give so many hours with very little pay to help Palmyra. And there are so many government workers in Indiana, many of them Republicans, doing really good work. And then we got some Democrats doing really good work. And I think when we just trash all government officials, you're forgetting a lot of the ones doing the hard job. You do not get paid much for working as a council member on the Palmyra Town Council. You do not get paid much. And they put in so many hours to help us. So please don't yell at our government officials that are trying to help, even though you are hurt. Just realize most of them are trying to help too. So thanks everybody.
I would say one more thing, sure. A call to action.
Yes,
we're just talking about Palmyra. So I would say if, I don't know, social media people can maybe, if somebody needs help, can they post it and then maybe connect with other people that can help?
Use social media to connect and help.
We're fine, but I'm seeing comments where other people have problems elsewhere. It's not just us.
Right.
And so I would say use social media to let you know, and also other people look and see if somebody needs something and you can help them. Let's do it. And I think we should talk to our neighbors and see if they need anything. I
think we should talk to our neighbors too, make sure they're okay.
So,
that's a good idea, because we're good friends with them, but we just know them a little bit, so we should check on them.
But yeah, I mean, use social media as a tool for positive, and the call to action is if you're having problems and you see this, or you know someone who is, put it out there. Let's see if we can help connect people as a community. Let's work together, and let's. I mean, we're strong as a community, and we can do this. So. And again, Sarah talked about Project Next. I mean, the goal is to bring people together, not bring people apart.
Yeah,
so we have so much in common.
We're tired of the media that divides us and acts like we should be enemies with our neighbor. That's crap. Most people are wonderful, but also life's hard, so we should help them. And we should forgive people for not being perfect and not be so freaking judgmental all the time. That would be great.
And this is happening local, and this is relevant to the people. A lot of people watching this are local now. I know there's been storms all across the East Coast and things too. So
okay, this is scary everywhere.
But I don't think that would prohibit you from putting something on social media wherever you are.
Yeah.
And figuring out if we can connect people or let people know what's going on, because
help your little town, help your city, help your neighborhood, whatever you can do if you're able.
Local news casts such a wide net of all the problems in the area. This is more specific right now, but you know, I'd say social media is a way to really connect.
Feel free to comment wherever you are watching. What your weather situation's like. If you're having flooding, if you had tornado damage or wind damage. We had roof damage from the high winds just a couple days ago. So yeah, let us know what's going on with you, and maybe our social media can help you connect with other people. But thank you, everybody. Please share this if you can. I will put it out there as much as I can for the county, for Harrison County, and love you all. Thank you.
Be careful.
Be careful. Be safe. You can push in. Thanks, sweetheart. Bye, everybody.